Good morning, everyone. So today we're going to be doing photosynthesis. So, does anyone know anything about photosynthesis? Any idea of what it means? Right. So photosynthesis is essentially a process through which plants make food for themselves. So, as you can see on the diagram on the right-hand side, there's sun. So the sunlight is absorbed by the plants, the leaves, and the leaves take in carbon dioxide in through the stomata, well done, and they also take in water via the soil and it goes in through the roots. Now, the sunlight essentially gives energy for carbon dioxide and water to react to form, as you can see on the reactants, glucose and oxygen. Now, you might be wondering why sunlight and chlorophyll aren't reactants. Before moving forward, I want to know, does anyone know what chlorophyll is? You might have heard of it, but do you know what it is and what it does? So chlorophyll is found within the leaves of the plants, and chlorophyll is found within guard cells which contain chloroplasts. Now, the importance of chlorophyll is that they make, number one, the plants look green in color. So the green leaves and the green stems you sometimes see, that is because of chlorophyll. And secondly, chlorophyll helps trap the sunlight. And if there is no chlorophyll present, the sunlight won't be able to trap itself, and then there would not be any energy for carbon dioxide and water to react. It would simply the plant would simply be taking in carbon dioxide and taking in water. It won't have enough energy for it to react to form glucose and oxygen. So that's why these aren't reactants, however, they're essential for the reaction to take place, right? Does that make sense, everyone? Okay, so remember, every single time you're asked to write the equation for photosynthesis, you don't forget chlorophyll and sunlight, right? This is really important, otherwise you don't get the marks. Now, let's have a look at balancing this equation. Now we know there's carbon dioxide and water and glucose and oxygen. So you don't have to know the formula, the chemical formula for chlorophyll and sunlight, but you do need to know how you balance this equation. So I'm going to give you a minute or so. Let me know if you guys need any help. Right, let's start off with balancing all the carbon dioxide on the left-hand side, the LHS, and carbon dioxide on the right-hand side, the RHS. So how many carbon dioxide, the carbon molecules are there on the left-hand side? One, well done. And how many carbon molecules are there on the right-hand side? Six, yep. So now, how do we make that 1 equal to 6? What do we multiply that 1 by? 6, well done. So what's 1 times 6? That is 6, perfect. So now, we put a 6 in front of the carbon dioxide, right? So now we have 6 carbon dioxide molecules. Now let's balance the hydrogens on both the sides. So there's 2 hydrogens here, well done. And how many hydrogens on the right-hand side? There's 12, exactly, because it says H12. Now, how do we make them equal? What do we multiply 2 with to get 12? 6, exactly. So 2 times 6 is 12. Perfect. Now, what do we do with the 6? Yep, we put it in front of the H2O. So now, the hydrogens and carbons are now balanced. Now, one other important element in this equation is oxygen, or the O's. Now we need to balance the number of O's. So how many O's do we have on the left-hand side? So this is O2, right? But because there's a big 6 in front of it, you multiply the 6, the big 6, with a small 2. So what's 6 times 12? 2? Oh, I gave the answer away, didn't I? 12. Exactly. So 12 plus, because there's a big 6 and there's a tiny 1. So what's 6 times 1? 6. So what's 12? Add 6 now to get the total number of O's on the left-hand side. 18. Yep. Now, similarly, we do that on the right-hand side. What the total number of oxygens? 6 add 2 is what? 8. Now, we need to figure out a way to make this 8 18. So, what do you think we'll do? Exactly, so we put a 6 here, and if we do 6 multiplied by 2, we get 12. And then 12 add 6 is what? Pardon me? 18. Perfect. So, now everything is balanced. So remember, whenever you write the equation, you make sure and check and double check that the equation is balanced correctly. So now if you count the number of carbons, hydrogens, and oxygen, they're the same on both the sides. Right, any questions so far? Right, perfect. Now, I've got a brainstorming question for you here at the bottom of the page. So what is the difference between photosynthesis and respiration? Now that's a question. That's a question I want you to answer next lesson. So I want you to understand and so take some time to process everything that we've learnt and then maybe try and compare it with respiration, try and compare photosynthesis with respiration, and then maybe try and answer this question for me for next lesson. All right. Bye bye. Thank you.